The GEEK Files, 2025, December 11th, Vancouver, BC. Well, Burnaby, actually. Aviation, my aviation adventure. I was in 1980, I was logging in Prince George. And it was tough times. The US had decided to start a lumber war with Canada, which crashed the Canadian lumber industry in BC, as well as other things going on in the world. Interest rates were going through the roof. I can remember mortgage rates being 18% and people locking in at that time because they figured it was going to go to 20%. Imagine that, a 20% interest rate, mortgage rate on a 25-year home. That's just insane. If you left your groceries in Prince George, if you left your groceries in your vehicle and went to do something, you came back and your groceries were gone. It was really tough up there. Now, I had a degree already, general science from University of Waterloo, which did me no good. I could live about $2,000 below the poverty line with that degree. And it was so tough that, times were so tough that federal government was sponsoring people to go to trade schools. And they're paying people, you could collect unemployment if you went to trade school for your for the duration of being in trade school. And so in 84, spring of 84, I convinced, part of that was you couldn't already have gone to a trade school. Fine but important line. So convinced, I've been going through the Canada Manpower Center to find jobs when you could still do that. I mean, back in the 80s, you went in, there's a list of jobs you can do it, and it was just sucked. And they finally convinced them that I qualified for this program because I had a degree, but not a trade. So there were two schools in BC at that time that offered aircraft maintenance training. BCIT, which was a 2-semester program, and up in Dawson Creek, Northern Lights College just had gotten their approval for their course. They'd been running the course for a couple of years, but it was non-certified, I guess. And so they got their certification for it, and it was a 12-month single semester course. Now, unemployment insurance only covered you for 1 semester. So if I went to BCIT, I had to figure out how to come up with the cash for the second semester. If I went to Northern Lights College in Dawson Creek, they would cover me for the whole 12 months. So off I went to Northern Lights College. So that was the fall of 84. I graduated the fall of 85. I got a bursary out of that, which was really surprising. And then in 1992, fall of 92, I went back to school for mechanical engineering. So my aviation career in total covers about 8 years, including my training. And by far and large, it was the most turbulent industry I'd ever been in. It was just nuts in Canada at that time. But it gave me so many good stories, and we'll cover those. I also got sober in 1990 out of this, just Yeah, because alcohol soaked. The whole industry, at least at that time, was stunningly alcohol soaked. Um, yeah. Anyway, so there's that. And so I guess we'll continue. Anything else I want to say? Continue. Oh, two great friends out of that. Uh, um, Jeff Shipley and Al Putland. Great stories. We'll talk about those two guys. How they put up with me is I'll never know. Um, yeah. So I guess tomorrow we'll start back, and the next one we'll start back on the caribou.